Welcome back to my channel. It is August. Yeah, it's August. I need like a 3-day nap at least. I am exhausted. But we made it through the month. We've got our goals finished. I had a little bit of free stitching time, and I have a ton of stash full as well because, of course, yeah, I actually got a reasonable amount of stitching done, which is great because I wasn't sure how much I would get done because this has been my first month adapting to working full-time again, because I got a promotion, stepped up to full-time. It's been a thing. It has been a super chaotic couple of weeks while I've been making that transition, and learning all the different bits and pieces with the new role, and like adjusting my sleep or non-sleep cycle as it may be. So I'm in that period where it's rough. My insomnia is not happy, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So far I've only had to take like half an hour off to go and have a nap because the fatigue was a little too much. Everything else has been settling. I've been getting there. And I finished my WIPGO goals for last month. So last month was a single goal, or a single project goals, because I messed up my WIPGO numbers and accidentally worked on a project that was called, that hadn't been called yet, that should have been for last month, a couple of months ago, because I processed the number wrong. So we ended up having to do both an animal finish and a full finish on this project, which is one of my oldest WIPs, that I had been procrastinating because I knew these borders at the top and the bottom were going to be tedious as shit. I was right. Yeah, I was very much right with it. But it is done. It is done. The bottom one is supposed to be symmetrical. It is not, because I discovered as I was stitching that section that somewhere in this lower half there is... So I found it in the cockatoos. Oh my god, that washed out so much when I pulled it away. In the cockatoos, there is an extra row, or an extra column of stitches. I don't know where the hell it came from. Everything that, like all of the counting and stuff that I could see on this section matched the charts. The bats next to it matched the charts. And I know I did this one after I did those two. So I don't know where the mistake is, but there is an extra row, extra column of stitches in the cockatoos. And because when I was starting to stitch this bottom section, I was using the bats and the cockatoos to help guide where the stitches are, just like, hold on, something's like not matching, things are not where they're supposed to be. And that's how I've discovered it. Why is my camera doing a thing? I'm just watching it just go. I love that. But yeah, there's an extra stitch there somewhere, so this bottom one is not symmetrical. It's supposed to be. It's not, but it is finished. It is done. It is going to go into the box of finishes, which is next to me, and it's going to go in the bottom of the box of finishes, and it's going to live there until I decide to look at it again. That's, yeah. It's nothing against the project. When I bought it and started stitching it, I loved it. The serotonin just disappeared from it, and then looking at those border sections, and I was just like you're gonna have to like, well, you have to like chain a few bits and stuff together, but like this one down here, well, like you can't. It's just, it was lots of stopping and starting, and there's like all of these little pink, oh my gosh, like flower, like I'm guessing they're supposed to be flowers, but like there's like a single stitch here and then like 2 over here and 3 over here, and it's just, it's so much. The back of this is horrendous. I don't show my backs because I'm a travel stitcher. I travel the threads wherever the fuck they need to go. So this is the back. This is an average back for me. The the designer is this was a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery stitch along. I want to say, off the top of my head, so the 2015-2016. Do I have it written down? Probably not. No. I didn't put it in the thing. Okay. Yeah. It's, yeah, all the photo files. The earliest one I've got on the photo files is 2020. And I definitely had started that already. So, 2015-2016, I think. It might even be 2018? I don't know. Time is a weird soup, and I swear I basically lost 3 years because of COVID, because isolation and stuff. It just all kind of mashed together in my brain. But it is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It was a mystery stitch along, and it's stitched on, I want to say, I don't think it's 14 count, I think it's 16. But it is Silver Springs, and it's in opal. It's definitely an 8er. You can see where the hoop is, the hoop marks are, because I'm not ironing this. I'm just going to put it straight into the box of finishes, because I don't like to bring the ironing board out, because it is in an awkward spot, because we don't have a lot of space in this house. And I just don't want to deal with it. I also, yeah, I don't know where the actual iron is, now that I think about it. Things get moved around a lot, but it's finished, and that is fine. And I've got a few finishes that are going to go into the box of finishes, because that is next to me, because I thought I would film an extra video and just go through some of the things that I've got in there. It's not all of my finishes, because I do gift quite a few away, but yeah, because it's like we've got the little quirky Quaker from last month, the pretty little Sydney, and then until I decide how I want to finish this and what I want to do with it, this one's going to go in the box of finishes as well, just so that they're all in the same place and I know where they are. Because I have ADHD, and that is a thing. I only had like 2 days, 3 days of like free stitching time. So I've just been working on the present for my partner, which I'm hiding a big chunk of what I've done because that is the spoilery bit. Just, I don't know if they watch my videos, and I don't want to spoil it until I can finish it, but we are getting there. This is some of the colours. I've sent them like little teaser shots of these little bits and like the colours and stuff, so they've got like little hints, but yeah, not the main part. So I'm stitching that. That's also Colour Cascade fabric, and I'm having a mind blank on the designer. They're on Etsy though. And I will link them once I finished the project. So probably next month, because I'm sitting at about 70% for that now. And then the only other thing that I did in July, other than just like working and adjusting to working, is that I went to see Chicago. Because it was playing at the Capitol Theatre in Sydney. And it was really good. And it was all of the, like, it was the Bob Fosse choreography version. So it was really good. So now I can say that I've seen that. I managed to catch one of the last shows. If not the actual last show, I'm not sure. But it was really, really good. And all of the singers were really good, and the dancers and everything. Like, it was very enjoyable. It was kind of in the nosebleeds though, because it was my first time at the Capitol Theatre, and I didn't know what their wheelchair seating, their access seating was like. And of course, yeah, collectible program. But what I am looking forward to is Yeah, there's gonna be a Frankenstein. I've also seen there's Hades Town coming soon as well. And I want to go to that as well. But I think I'm going to take my partner to that because we went to see, I'm going to butcher these names because I do every single time. Orpheus and Eurydice, as a ballet together. So I thought going to Hades Town would be cool because like we're familiar with the story and stuff and we can compare them, and like I'm a nerd. That's what we do. So that is something that I'm going to look at. Also looking at going to see Sunset Boulevard because it has one of the stars in it is Sarah Brightman, and she's been on my bucket list to see her perform, so that is a thing too. So there's some good shows coming up, which is lovely. This month, so for August, I don't know how much stitching I will get done in the later half of the month because, oh god, it's so heavy. My collector's edition arrived. The statue is already up on the shelf. I'm not bringing that down because it's tall and I'm short and it's heavy. But it's almost time. And I'm looking forward to it. We went out today. We went out to Windsor because there's a really big candy shop. So I have a bag full of candy behind me. Which is going to form the sugary part of my gaming snacks because I've taken a couple of days off work and I really wish my camera would stop like focusing in and focusing out. I don't know why it's doing it, but we went to Windsor to go to the candy shop to get a bunch of candy supplies, and then I'll be getting like a bunch of like easy meals and like healthy snacks and stuff as well, because balance. I've taken a few days off work and I'm planning to just play WoW for like 5 days straight. Sleep, like I'll have little naps wherever I need to, but the idea is to do as much as possible in that time frame. So we are in preparation mode for that. But while we were out there, they had some markets going, and they, oh my god, everything is falling. They had, yes, they had markets. There was someone selling reusable nails, so I got some to try because I miss getting my nails done. I used to get my nails done with my ex's wife, which is a weird thing, but polyamory. It's a weird statement if you don't know that. But basically me and her used to go and get our nails done every couple of weeks, but I don't do that anymore because we don't hang out anymore. Is it gonna focus? No. Not really, but these ones got like a little spider and stuff on them. So I got some like super fancy ones and then some like little basic ones. So I figured I'd try those. And like they're all hand done and everything, so that was really cool. And I'll have a look, and if they work out I can like get a whole bunch of them and just like swap them out, and it'll be cheaper and easier and I can just pull them off when I need to. But we also found, well, not found, I knew it was there, but they've moved from this old heritage building that had really dodgy kind of access to a shop in the main drag that has slightly better access. It's still not the best. I still had to get out of my chair and walk for a little bit to get through some of the sections. But they were happy with me to do that, like leave the chair sort of nearby so that I could go back and sit and rest. But we went through and they have like, basically people like donate all of their old craft goods and stuff to them. They also sell like other people's artworks and stuff. So like they're basically like a community craft space essentially. So we went in and had a look because like I've been wanting to for a while. They had a bunch of boxes of like cross-stitch stuff and like patterns, and I didn't find too much that really jumped out at me, but I did grab a couple of things. So this one has a funny story, and it'll be in my finishes video, but I've actually already done this cross stitch, but I lost all the other bits for it, and then they had this for $1, and it's got all of the bits. I think the fabric might have been taken out of it because I don't see it in there. but that's absolutely fine because I already have the stitch bit. This is like, it's a kit from Cross Stitch Magic. Cross Stitch Magic, I can actually show you one because I found a complete one for $1. So this was a series of magazines that was releasing when I was a teenager, and this is when I learned how to cross stitch, like really quickly, not that long after I'd learned to cross stitch. So me and my pop would alternate buying them for me. My pop would do it whenever he could, because he was on a pension, but there were some projects in there that I never got to finish or never got to do. So this is one of the ones that I've been looking for because it's got the dragonflies. I want to do the dragonflies. And they had that one. But I do have a bunch of the old kits and stuff because, I mean, like I said, I've got this one and I've got a few kits in my stash that still haven't been stitched. But because there were so many of these, and when I essentially fled my parents, I had to leave a bunch of stuff behind because I couldn't take it with me. And these magazines and stuff were a lot of the stuff that I kind of left behind. So I kept bits and pieces. I tried to just keep the kits and the patterns. But yeah, they had a bunch of random ones there, and for $1. So I'm going to go through all of that. Like, if you get the magazine, like this is like basically brand new. Oh, there's 2 magazines in here. Oh, okay. I didn't realize there were 2 in here. Yeah, so like, Jesus, so much. Okay, so they put issue 1 in here as well. I'm trying to make sure there's no patterns, but like, so that was one of the kits. I remember doing that kit, and I gave it to someone, I think. Pretty sure I gave it to someone. It might even be in the boxes, but like, yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's very nostalgic, but those dragonflies are what I wanted. And it has a whole bunch of... Alright, so I know that not all of these came in the thing, but like, you get these little pattern... Oh my gosh. Yep, okay, that happened. I'll pick them up later. But this is the one that I'm looking for. And I can't show the other pages because the pattern is on them. But yeah, for $1, I just could not say no to that. Because I really like dragonflies. I'm going to have trouble getting that back in there, aren't I? Yes. The box is not in the best condition. There we go. And then the pattern's on the floor that I will pick up later. Whenever I do videos, it just kind of becomes chaos in here. And I have to clean. So I tend to like just not do a bunch of cleaning beforehand and then just do it all at once. The other thing that I found was just in one of the boxes. Like, this was 50 cents. I'm absolutely going to change the text to something else. And we'll put it somewhere because my housemate thought it was funny. So, other than that, I found a book. I've been looking at this one, but this is like a fancy... It's got the gilded pages. So I was just like, yeah, okay, it's $8. Why not? And then, like, at the back of this building, they have, like, a garden area, and they've got a shipping container in there. It's just full of, like, quilting fabrics and, like, fur and stuff, and there were leather offcuts and, like, a whole bunch of stuff. As we were leaving, I happened to catch eyes on this fabric, and I couldn't leave it. It was the crow brain, because it's bright and green and sparkly, and it's a little bit stretchy. Do I know what I'm going to do with it? No. Crow brain could not leave it there. That is the entire story. Crow brain could not leave it. The crow brain is a problem sometimes. Apart from that, I do have other actual stash. Like, that one just happened today, so it's like at the top of the pile. And then I have other stash. but I want to go to August plans for Whipco, because we do have Whipco plans. So we have another finish, which is the Raven is one of the Nora Corbett Bewitching Pixies. And then Voodoo and Violet is the, it's a mini, Heaven and Earth design, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is going to happen every damn time I say her name. I cannot. So, I'm going to pull those out. And I'm going to just move all of this stash sneakily, hopefully without dropping stuff everywhere, over. So I will be right back. Okay, so first up, the Raven Bewitching Pixie by Nora Corbett. Try not to crinkle it too much because it is still plastic. And of course, the label for the fabric is in there in front of it. I'm going to pause and not crinkle, everyone. Alright, we're back, and hopefully crinkle-free, mostly. So, this is Raven Glare. Nora Corbett Bewitching Pixies. I bought it with the beads, so those are the... When I buy beads for a specific project, I do tend to keep them with the project until I've done the project, and then whatever's left over gets transferred over into my bead storage. Because then that way, like, I know that these are the ones that are specifically for that. I don't accidentally space and, like, use them for something else. I don't know why I put that over there. I can put that back into the container. These are just my basic bitch cardboard ones. So this is where she is up to. Will that sit there without... Okay. Yeah. I have a needle minder on this. I do not have a needle. That's good. I didn't store it with a needle. I'm just gonna... I did apparently leave a parked thread on it for some reason. I don't know. So, this is where we are at. This will be our starting point. Now this fabric is... It's a little bit darker than it's showing up on camera. But this is Sorcerer by Color Cascade Fabrics. It's 18 count. And that is where we are up to. If I can grab that and do that. So she doesn't have too much to do, honestly. It'll be filling out the rest of the dress, like, because there's the billowy part over here. The moon and the bats. The bats are probably going to be a bit of a pain because they're, you know, travel-wise, it's going to be a little bit of a pain. And then it'll just be the beading and... I don't know if this one's got sparkly shit in it. It probably does. It's probably sparkly shit. But, yeah. I do have... I think I've got all of the Bewitching Pixies. Most of them have been kitted up with beads and fabric. And I did promise one of my friends a look at all the fabrics because I'm doing all of them on blue. So I did promise them photos. So I will pull those out at some point and look at those. Stay. And then the other project is the mini Voodoo and Violet, which is Heaven and Earth Designs. It's in this bag. It's purple owls and cats. The bag is from Deb's Threads Designs on Etsy, and they're really nice bags. I want to get more project bags, basically. I'd like to stop using these cardboard ones, but I want to get some different sized ones. So this is not a huge piece of 18 count, because I don't measure and cut before I start the project because I am bad at numbers. So this is where we are at. The goal will be to do 1,000 stitches onto this. So, yeah. I mean, it's a mini. It's Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Griffith. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. But yeah, so there'll be 1,000 stitches onto that at least. If I can get some more on there, I obviously will. But we'll see. We'll see how the serotonin's traveling. But before I start either of these two, I would like to get my partner's present finished, because we have a tentative, or like, it's not tentative, we're going to have a date night this weekend, this week. Not necessarily on the weekend, maybe, probably during the week. And if I can finish their present and fully finish it, then I can give it to them. So that is the goal. So outside of that, I have a whole bunch of stash. So I don't even know where to start, honestly. I've got it all in front of me. I mean, it's not that much, sort of, kind of. Was this everything? The fact that I have to ask that is probably an indicator. I think so. Alright. Oh yeah, because some of them haven't shipped yet. Basically, I've gotten really lucky on eBay with some, like, floss lots and stuff like that. So I've got some jewel effects coming, like a pack of, like, 40 jewel effects. Which is awesome. I think it's 40. I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of them. It's a bulk lot that someone's getting rid of. Someone's getting rid of like almost a complete set of DMC, and I picked it up for 50 bucks. They've got it on like floss drops, so I can just use those to just top up mine, which is really cool. And then I also found, these ones have arrived, a fucking shitload of Maderias. Now, I've not used these before. These, like, because sometimes you get cross-stitch magazines that have these in them, and I never knew how to use them, or like if I liked them or not, so I never got those cross-stitch magazines. Because we couldn't, like, cross-stitch magazines, they're not consistently available in Australia, at least when they were still in print. I can go digital, but like you don't get the goodies and stuff, which was part of the fun of it. So I've never tried them. Someone was selling these, like a whole bunch of them, and I was like, yeah, stuff it, I'll grab some, because like I've got a bunch of like ink circle stuff in my stash, and yeah, like, and I've got these Quaker ones that I'm getting into now, so like having a whole bunch of different flosses, because, you know, I don't have enough, could be fun. So I have a whole bunch, and then because the seller was like, oh yeah, like I've got a bunch where they'd already opened them and started using some of them, they were just like, I'm just going to throw those in for you for free, you can just have the remainders, and most of them are like mostly full. So, like, there's, like, reds, and, like, a bunch of purples and pinks, corals, greens. I'm not going to go through all of them, because there's some that are, like, multiple colours. There's some, like, light blue. Oh, my God, light blue. Some whites. There's some more pinks. There's a few metallic ones. So yeah, like I got a whole bunch of these. So I don't know if I'll keep them in these bags or not yet. I haven't decided. But I have a bunch to play with now. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying them out, and like, oops, one of those has come off. That's okay. I'll put it back on the thing. But they feel really nice. They feel really soft. So I imagine they're going to be fun to stitch with. I'm going to put them back into the box because, yeah. Next, I also have some fabrics from Color Cascades. They did another drop, and I'm just thinking which order I want to do these in because they're so good. I'm going to do, yeah, that looks like a good order. Alright, so this one is Stormbringer in 18 count. It's just a plain Ada, not an opal. Some of these are opal, and that's why I said plain. How accurate? Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate actually. The lighting's behaving a little bit better now. The camera is still doing the focus thing. I don't. That is a later me problem. This one is Gold Dust. This is 18 count, and this is 17 by 25, so this is a big piece. But that is showing not quite as vibrant. So in real life, it's a bit more orange. Oh, I'd say like maybe like a copper. It kind of gets a little bit better, and then it doesn't. Yeah, that one's a hard one to get a good photo, like get a good color rep of, because it's a lot darker, and a bit more copper based. Absolutely gorgeous though. And then this one is At Last, and this is in 18 count. And this is mottled purple. That's showing up pretty accurate overall. And then there's two opals. So the first one is, this is After the Rain, and this is a 20 count, and this is also a 17 by 28. And this, I love this. Look at that. So it's all shimmery and sparkly, and yeah, it's showing a little less vibrant, I would say, when I like shift to look at it and watch the camera struggle to focus again. And then this one is Aurora, and this is also an 18 count. It's on opal, and it's 17 by 28. And this one, oh, it's not showing as vibrantly. It's so much more colorful. Like, it is very vibrant. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it's sparkly. But I don't think I have any other pieces of this. And it's one that I've looked at getting for a long time, and then I don't think I ever did. So when it popped up in the last drop, I was just like, that's gonna happen. And then this was the piece that I absolutely could not walk away from. I can't walk much, so, you know, it's not like I can do that well. This is Emerald City, and this is a 16 count. It's a 17 by 28. Oops, almost dropped it. But let's see how this shows up. It should be okay, because no, it's a lot more emerald green. I was really hoping that color would show up better. It's so fucking pretty. It's so fucking pretty. It's not opal. It's just standard. I wonder if it focuses on the green. My hair looks like trash. It's not even oily. It just looks oily, and that is a problem. And it's dyed unevenly. I'm not liking the way I used a different green dye, basically, and I'm not enjoying the way that it is sort of fading out of my hair. It is a problem. So next bit of stash. Silks. I got some silks from Silks For You because I've not used them before, and because I've now bought some small long dogs, I thought that I would try some out. So these are the ones that I picked with specific projects sort of in mind. And then I got a mystery bag as well. So these are the ones that I picked. Oh, they're so soft. So this one, PR011. They're not going to show super accurately. So it's a bit darker. This is PR204. Again, it's a little bit darker than what it's showing. Illidan just chilling in the background, just watching me and my crow brain. PR80080. Pretty much just assume they're all darker than what they're showing. PR095. Similar to the last one, but it's got more yellow and green than purple. Whereas this one has a lot more of that deep purple going through it. And these two are very similar, but they're not the same. So this is 179, and it's a darker green. And then this is 172, so it's slightly lighter. And then I got CM008. This one is PR176. Basically, they had like a pick 8, get 2 free or something like that. So 2 of these I got for free. This is PR184. It's a spooky Halloween one because I want to start doing... I'd like to start a couple of projects out of the Halloween magazine for this year. So this is PR205. That one took a minute to process. And then this is just a black one, so it's just 070. They're so soft though. And then the last one that I picked was 038, PR038. Trying to get my hand to do what I want it to do is just a time sometimes. So the idea is I'm going to put those into floss bags because I ran out of floss bags, so I had to find somewhere that sold them. Because I specifically use the floss pack ones, and most people don't carry them anymore. So I did find someone that had 2 bags of 200 left, so I've just grabbed the 200. I just grabbed the 400. Oh no, so it's 2 100 packs. Yeah, and then I got some more rings. So I'll start a Silks for You ring. So I'll pop these back into a little Ziploc bag, if I can open it. And then we have the mystery pack, if I can open it. Sensing a trend here. Now these ones don't have labels on them, but yeah. There's like a really bright pink. Put that into that one. It's like green. It's like a really dark purple. It's got like a slight red shift to it. It's really pretty. I don't know about the pink ones. I don't know what I'll do with them because I don't really stitch pink. It's not my thing. But who knows? I might need to do a present or something, so they may still come in handy. And I just don't throw things out. So this one's really pretty too. Really like that. And this one's like green and brown. Brown's not showing through too much. And some really nice variegated ones, which I love. I really like using the variegateds on like ink circles. They're really good for that. And then the last one. There. So those are the Silks for You. That can go down there. Now, with the floss packs, because I had to get them from a specific store, and it was just like, oh, I don't want to just order those, the floss pack bags, because then I was going to be paying a bunch of money for shipping. It just became more reasonable to order a bunch of other stuff. So I've got this all out of order. Because the other thing that I got from Silks for You was this. It has dragonflies. And it's got like a bunch of like specialty stitches and stuff. So yeah. This is designed by Stacey Tippin. I didn't get the specific losses for it. I'm just going to wing it because, yeah. But that came from Silks for You. Everything is out of order. I had it in order and then it's just not. yeah, Halloween magazine. I want to stitch some stuff, so that's very close by. Now, I did an order from Stitch in Time because I'd been watching a bunch of Flosstubes that had this pattern from the marketplace, one of the marketplace ones. I don't keep track of them. I've become like I kept seeing this everywhere, and I was like, oh, it's really pretty, and like I'd like to stitch it. Like, do I? Yes. Like, the more I saw it, the more it just convinced me. So I wanted to get that, and then I found out that there is a series of them with different with different bugs. So I've kind of just gotten super into trying to find the rest of them. So from A Stitch in Time, I also found the ladybug. So I got that too. And I'm pretty sure I got the Halloween magazine with that, I think. And then the other thing that I got from them was this Halloween Quaker, because I really enjoyed doing that little Quaker jellyfish, so I thought I would splurge on a big one. And like, this would be really cool to do with some of those silks for you, and like the material and stuff. Like, I can just do a whole bunch of different types of floss and like make it super cool and super varied, and I like that idea. That appeals to me. So then that one, those ones came all together. So I'm just like trying to organize my damn self. That they came together. And then the other thing that I got, because I like having the little ornament kits, because they're really good for my work projects, because I can just take them into the office. They don't take up a lot of space, and I can just do little bits over meetings. I still have a couple of the Satsuma Street kits left. I think I've got like 2 or 3. I'm doing the Raven one. It's called Nevermore now. But I'm going to run out of them soon. So, like, just to make it free shipping. Was it free shipping? I don't remember if this was the free shipping one or just like to round it up. One or the other. But yeah. So, little bee kit. I have stuff everywhere. So, where I got the floss packs from, I was like, oh, I wonder if they maybe have these other 3 patterns, because there's bees, there's dragonflies, and there's butterflies that go with those too, with the lady beetles and the luna moths. And I know that you can buy them digitally, but it was just kind of like in my brain, it's like, okay, but you've got 2 of the physical patterns now. It would make sense for you to have the other physical patterns. That's the way that works, in my brain at least. And I couldn't find any anywhere. I realise that... So, alright, so I'm looking at the floss packs, and I'm like, okay, like, they've got floss packs, let's grab what they've got, so that I've got enough stash, so that if I, expand stash or need new bags or whatever, I've got enough. Hopefully. And I don't have to look at getting another brand where the labels are going to be different. It's going to just like mess with my brain. I like uniformity when it comes to like keeping my stash organized. So I was like, okay, like I'm getting these. If I'm going to pay $15 in postage, might as well round it up, because otherwise it's just, yeah, it's just the way my brain works. So I was having a look through, and I'm like, oh, like, do they have anything else that I'm interested in stitching? And I like seen a few things. It's like, oh yeah, maybe. So do a little search for the word dragonfly, just out of curiosity, because like, there are some like little Mill Hill dragonfly beaded kits, and I've done one of them, and I know there's a couple of others, I believe, in different colorways. So I was like, oh, maybe they've got some of those. What popped up? The dragonfly one. So it turns out the Fox and Rabbit ones, they were printed under a different designer name for the first couple. So I found the Dragonfly one, and this is the one that I really wanted. When I saw that it existed, I was just like, I have to have that, because I'm obsessed with dragonflies. Not only that, but because now I knew, like now I found, oh, like these guys have got the Blackberry Rabbit, which was previously what Fox and Rabbit was called. They also had the bees. And the butterflies. So now I have the set. Now I have them. And then just because rounding up shipping, they also had this one. It's got like the little blue, I think they're called Carpenter bees. But yeah, it's the little blue bee. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's grab that too. And that'll just round everything out, make it a nice little package. Done. And yeah, so now I have the whole set. So now comes the decision of picking fabrics. Oh my gosh. So most of these only have DMC. So like the butterfly only has DMC. The bees have Chronic and Rainbow Gallery, just one of each. And I think I may already have at least one of those. Dragonflies has one Chronic. Everything else is DMC. And Lady Beetles is all DMC. And Luna Moths is all DMC. So it'll just be picking fabrics. I will probably still keep the Luna Moths on a dark fabric. Lady Beetles and the rest, who knows? I could go really crazy. I've got some really crazy fabrics in my stash. But they're not too big. Like, butterflies, 150, 1 by 151. It's 163, 173. Dragonflies, 294 by 294. And I think that might be the biggest one. Yeah, so Dragonflies is the biggest one. Which, honestly, I'm completely okay with that, because fucking look at those dragonflies. Like, the floral stuff is not super my vibe. I wonder if I can... wonder if I could manage to convert those flowers to black roses. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at the chart. That I've not done outside of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just swap this color for like a variegated floss. I've not done conversions before, so I don't know. I might have a look at that and have a play with that, but we may convert that. That is actually quite a significant bit of stash. The stashing is probably going to come, like, I will be easing off towards the end of the year. Now, because we are, well, I am at a point where I'm now starting to plan and book the CrossFit retreat, which is halfway paid off. So it will then just be, like, less fun money and more, you know, hotel money, flight money, train money and stuff, because I'm going to Melbourne first for my best friend's wedding, and then from Melbourne I'm going to Brisbane for the CrossFit retreat, because that's just sort of the time frame. So it's going to be, like, outside of the WoW expansion, I'm not taking any more time off work so that I can build up my annual leave, which I've already got a whole bunch of it there anyway. But because I'm going to be taking like 3.5 weeks off, it would be nice to just have a nice little bank of time there, because I also have a bunch of sick leave there, so I can use the sick leave rather than annual leave for when my surgery happens. I'm still waiting on a date for that, so who knows when that will be. But hopefully eventually. Hopefully not March. Hopefully not March. There's too much happening in March already that it's just, I hope not. But that is I'm pretty sure that is all I have for August slash, like, upcoming for August. Everything that I got done in July. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, look, I finished the project. It's done. I can put it into the box of finishes, and I don't have to look at it again after that until I find serotonin in it to finish it. So yeah, I will go. I am going to have an extra video this month because I'm pulling out my box of finishes. I thought I could just do like a little video and just go through some of them because I thought that might be fun. And I may, while I'm filming, I might even just film the kitted mirrors, well, Nora Corbett's, so that I can get those photos over to my friend, because otherwise I'm gonna forget and it's gonna, like, drag out, and I should actually do what I promised to do. So I'm gonna go clean up this tornado of stash, and then look at doing the other video. So I will see you in the extra videos, or at the end of the month, depending on what you prefer to watch.